has been around for 4 seasons now at CBHK, and many of you have seen his fine ball hockey skills. But playing hockey isn't his only hobby. Craig has been boxing for the past 10 years. He trains hard all over Korea and has already been in 1 amateur match and 1 pro match in Korea. How does boxing help you to play ball hockey?
Alright, that's a tough question. Well, I guess I get a little more room out there because people might be afraid that I'm gonna punch them or something like that, although I never would. But basically, like the physical preparation for boxing is pretty intense. So when you got to run a lot, you can run a little bit longer than the guys that maybe don't exercise as much during the week. So I think maybe endurance is probably the biggest advantage that I get over the rest of the guys. Maybe some of the older guys, maybe some of the bigger guys.
And perhaps intimidation.
Maybe intimidation.
Talk, boys, you gotta talk. Get to the net, boys.
Come on, man, we gotta move. Get walking.
Boys, he's coming.
Play him right there.
I know that you have been a referee in the past, and you refereed this season, right? And I have seen in the past, like some players may come up to you later or during the game, and they may not agree with your call. So I can imagine that as a referee, it is very tough, you know, when you're dealing with the criticism from players. So I'd like to know, how do you deal with it?
Probably not well all the time, but the most important thing to remember, I think, is that the league is a volunteer league, and it doesn't work without the volunteers. So it's basically something I can do to give back to the league, and I think most people appreciate that. So when someone comes at you with some criticism, like, you take it with a grain of salt.
Right.
I know they're just competing, and I know how I get when I compete,
Right.
and I've certainly done the same to referees, so I understand both ends of it. But basically, you don't take it to heart. Usually, you can just have a beer with the guy afterwards, and it's kind of water under the bridge, you know?
Good, sounds like a very good attitude.
Thank you.
All right, and my last question for you. Now, I know that your team has become very famous, not only because you guys are in 2nd place right now, but because you guys have 2 players on your team who went to the Cherry Blossoms instead of coming and playing the game. I believe it's Nick and Mike, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so if you had a choice to go to see the Cherry Blossoms with any guy on this league, who would it be?
Well, you know, like, Nick and Mike are the obvious choices because, like, they can show me around and they know the area very well. But you know, my captain right now, he's having a tough time. He's on crutches. I'd be happy to give him a piggybacker on the old Cherry Blossom Trail. You know what I mean? Show him a good time. I think he needs a little sunshine in his life. So I think Bessie.
You're a very thoughtful guy.
Thanks, you. I appreciate it.
Okay, guys, watch out for Craig. He's a fighter, so if you ever want to fight him, better think twice.